My name is Mullen and I live in Ocean Grove and I'm currently 17 years old. So I'm specialised in long jump and I'm also a triple jumper and a 100-metre sprinter. I started athletics back in primary school in year 6 and started off just going through the normal stages of the school athletics system. Ended up getting through that, got to the States, ended up picking up myself a coach, Nick Hodgson from Geelong, and that's where it all began, back at that state competition where I ended up winning the silver, which booked me a place into the Nationals, which was held in Brisbane back then, and ended up winning the bronze, which carried on to the new year, and that's where it all started, me getting a coach and finding my love for the sport. So a normal week for me would look like stock standard 5 sessions over winter, which starts off the week with a heavy sprint session, high intensity, pretty full on session, and you get past that and a couple of gym sessions a week, focusing on our strength and power development in there. And then we'll have 2 on the track, either at Landy Field in Geelong or Deakin University, training focusing more on our track work, so technical base and more jumping and running. My coach has been one of the biggest influences to me because he really understands me as a person, and my family are more laid back off it and let me do my thing with my coach. My coach really works in with my schedule and myself as an individual to get the best out of me. The things I hate the most about athletics is trying to be consistent and keep my cool when I don't succeed, because there's always them low days where not everything's on. You rock up at training and you don't feel great, you feel low, slow, and you just got to get back up and really put in 110% whether you feel shitty or not, because the outcomes that come from that session influence how you compete further down the track. The thing I love the most about athletics is how it makes you feel when you succeed, when you put all that effort into that one comp and it actually pays off, where you put in months of work, loads of training, 6 days a week of training to lead up to that one comp, and it all goes to plan on the day. That's the feeling that there's nothing like it. Every year I've had a huge dramatic drop in the season where I've started off well, I've peaked perfectly, went to the first nationals, competed well, body's been strong, and then it goes downhill in the new year where I'm overloading, too much stress, body can't handle it, and I'll always break down, where I've done ankles, pulled hamstrings, injured my back. And then earlier this year, 3rd of February, I ended up having a car accident and ended up breaking my jaw in 2 different places. I had 4 lacerations in my chin, which ended up being 33 stitches in my chin, followed by 8 screws that were put into my mouth with surgery that had bands on to pull my jaw back into line. Yeah, each year there's been a big hurdle in the way that I've had to overcome and come back from, which has been really challenging throughout my athletics. My greatest achievement probably would have been where I came second at Nationals back in Canberra, where I jumped a huge PB for myself, and that was really where I took off and went to that next level and started getting noticed, where I was struggling for a few years, struggled with injuries, got a lot of injuries and overcome them and come out of my skin and jumped well. I'm a school-based apprentice in carpentry, which I'm working a few days a week, and then I also work part-time at a pizza shop, which it all goes towards the end goal really, which is the main focus. So, the next 3 years of my career, majorly the next year is going to be a huge year for me, where the World Juniors are coming up next year in Argentina, and that's going to be the main focus for me for the next 6 months, to work my way to see if I can get to the qualification standards, which are set pretty high here in Australia, but with the work that I put in with me and my coach, hopefully we'll be able to get there. The processes, it's more of a training plan and how we periodise our training within the year, which we have to build the base, and to build the base we have to get the strength up there, we have to get the power there, and we have to get the speed there. Once we've got all that, then we can start working technically and work into things with less training loads, more intensity, but not as hard training, focusing on what we really need to achieve to get to that next level. Commonwealth Games is the major one I'd look at to go for in the next, I'd say, 4 to 8 years, where I'm developing more, the body's still getting stronger, I'm getting faster, and yeah, I hope to see myself in the Commonwealth Games coming up. And looking at Olympic Games, it's a bit harder, but I'd never rule anything out, because there's always that big dream, that big goal, and that's definitely in the question. Seeing myself in the green and gold representing my country would be an extravagant feeling. There's nothing like it. Representing your country, the respect, everything that goes in with wearing them colours, the pride and joy of our country would just be amazing. When I started, I was that little kid in primary school that did not believe for any thought that I could get to that next level. I was just going through the stages, just enjoying myself, enjoying running fast, enjoying jumping far, and then now it's become a full-time career for me at the moment, and it's just what I love doing.